Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Shadowbringers. In the last episode, we ran through Matoya's relic to clear the place out and to get the materials and everything that we need to create the mother porksy that is going to be used to make the smaller porksies that have the right magic imbuement needed to perform the tempering cure that we've developed. So, ran through all that, got that done, and pacified the mother porksy, and so it is ready to do its work. We just need to feed it with ether, and yeah, it should be able to pump out what we need to get the job done. So, we are back in Limsa Limensa, because we're going to be heading over here to see if we can assist the Admiral, Merlvib, with the peace efforts that she's been engaging in, to see what's going on and what help we can offer. So we need to go speak with the lift attendant over here to head up into the Admiral's office and see where we're at. Right. Why, Lieutenant Yatsurugi, ever a welcome sight. Tidings for the Admiral, you say? She is presently receiving guests, but for the Scions, I know she will make an exception. Follow me. All right. Representatives of the Sahagin and the Kobolds, it would seem. My friends, what brings you here this day? Well, I guess we're going to give her the update on our efforts. Is this true? Why, the Navigator, a cure for tempering. As often as I've been in awe of you, Scions, I would not have thought it possible. And yet it is, Admiral. We have done it here in Limsa, and production of more familiars has already begun. You have my thanks, truly. This will do much to advance the cause of peace, yet I fear it will take more to close the rift twixt man and beastman. Bah, even to speak thus divides us. Welcome as it is, a cure will not guarantee reconciliation between our peoples. For though summoning and the tempering may serve to fuel the conflict, they are but symptoms of it. If we are to resolve the primal problem once and for all, we must address the cause. We must strive for mutual understanding and find a way to leave our bloody past behind. It was I who moved that the Alliance renew its push for peace. Since our ancestors came to these shores some 7 centuries past, we Lamensans have been at odds with those who share our island home. Save for a brief moment of cooperation with the Kobolds, her history has been one of nigh constant territorial squabbling. Meanwhile, a struggle with the Sahagin for control over the seas has only grown fiercer, a matter made worse by the thrice-damned calamity driving them to seek new spawning grounds. With survival at stake, each had no choice but to fight, and so I dismissed peace as impossible. Impossible is a word coined by the weak, I proclaimed to all who'd listen, and then gave up. You and yours put me to shame. Since you led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you have achieved the impossible again and again and again. And I thought it high time that I followed suit, hence my proposal to the Alliance Council. No sooner did I reach out to our neighbors in Vilbrand than my own people sought to thwart me. You speak of the pirates who failed to attend the meeting. Aye, acting through a friendly faction among the Kobolds, we had intended to seek an audience with a prominent patriarch. But the bloody executioners would not hear of it, and their absence sent a message to the rest. Though they are but one of the 3 pirate powers, they are the greatest, and any attempt at peace would founder without them. I am given to understand that their leader, Captain Hilfir, has been bedridden for some time with an ailment of the lungs. Correct. In his absence, his right hand leads a man named Sigurd, but recently risen to prominence among their ranks. Save for his disdain for authority, little is known about him. We have invited him to speak with us more than once, but he will not come. I have tasked Yellow Jackets and the Rogues with uncovering his motives, but they have learned naught of any value. Alright, well, I guess we'll give it a shot. We have a nose for the truth. Whatever this Sigurd wants, we'll find out. Truly, I would be much obliged. I shall look forward to hearing what you learn, then. Good luck. Alright, I'm doing a little bit of investigating here. Alright, Alphino, what's the plan? By way of a first step, I suggest we split up and make inquiries around town. Someone must know this Sigurd. I'm not sure I'm even pronouncing that right. We'll see if we get a voiced section. If you could approach the pirates, Ayame, the rest of us will seek out merchants and adventurers. Alright then. We need to speak with leaders of Linsa Laminsa's pirate powers. Where are we talking? They're on the upper levels. Okay. Well, the easiest way to get there probably is just going to be take the lift. Drowning Wench. Yep. Alright, I guess we'll head north first. Alright. Carvalane. I remember you. It's been a while since we've had a chat. All the way back in A Realm Reborn. Curious about Sigurd, are you? As am I, my friend. Actually, no. It would have been Stormblood. He was the one who transported us over to Kugani for the first time. Sadly, I know nothing of the man, save that the Bloody Executioners experienced a marked improvement in their fortunes after his promotion. Quite how he achieved this is a matter of some debate. As you know, the thalassocracy permits us to attack only Garlean vessels, yet these have all but vanished from the sea since the Empire turned upon itself. In order to adapt, we Krakens have taken to trading with the East, but the Executioners are less forward-looking. I cannot imagine they would willingly abandon the old ways. So how, then, are they lining their coffers? Whatever their secret, they are not like to share it with their rivals, but mayhap you will have more luck. Alright, interesting. Go ahead south and talk to the other pirate leader. Whoever that happens to be. Oh yes, this is another one of the seasonal events. The Valentine's Day seasonal event. We won't be doing anything with that. Alright. Oh, Roswin. I think I remember speaking to you before back in A Realm Reborn as well. Eh? You want to know about Sickard? He's a wily bugger, what he is. Found some clever way to make coin, they say, and traded it for Mernskate's place at Old Hilfir's side. There was a time we raced the executioners for our pick of the Empire's fleet, but the Garleans are gone, and them days with them. Owing to which, we've all of us had to look for other ways to make ends meet, with that jumped-up bilge rat Sickard landing the juiciest, whatever it may be. Not that we sirens are struggling, mind. We do well enough guarding fishing boats from the fishbacks and other beasties. Get the first pick of the produce for our trouble, see? Quality stuff at a bargain price. This we pass to our sisters, as can't sail on account of getting old or wounded or with child, and they cook it up and sell it for a pretty profit. Simple. I miss the old ways, don't get me wrong, but when I see the girls with their little ones, I think to myself, a life of peace and quiet ain't all that bad. What is this other person doing? Alright, well, it seems that this guy has found some mysterious way to make money. So let's head back to Alphino and report. We'll just take the left down. Alright, let's tell them what we found. I see everyone has returned now. Who would like to go first? So, just as their imperial prey began to disappear, Sickard turned the executioner's fortunes around with a mysterious new source of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at. According to a tavern keeper I spoke to, the crew have been indulging themselves as never before, but no amount of drink seems to loosen their tongues as to how they are coming by their coin. For my part, I spoke with a reporter from the Harbor Herald. The publication has been investigating the secret of the executioner's good fortune and making little headway. Plainly, the executioners do not wish the nature of their business to be made public. And I think I may know why. In the course of making inquiries on Hawker's Alley, an interesting fact came to light. Just as the executioners began to enjoy better fortunes, the price of crystal went into sharp decline. A sudden fall in demand, I was told. Curious, I contracted Hoary Boulder, who has been watching the movements of the beast tribes, and my suspicions were proven correct. Despite ever-worsening relations between the beast tribes and the thalassocracy, neither Titan nor Leviathan have made an appearance of late, suggesting that the Kobold and Sahagin lack the means with which to summon them. So they've been raiding the beast tribes for crystals. Yes, do you mean to say the executioners are divesting them of their crystals? All indications point to that conclusion, yes. Though we have no hard evidence as yet, we must investigate further. Agreed. So how do we proceed? Oh, I have an idea about that. In fact, I've already taken the liberty of making certain provisions. Alright, I'll be taking those silver pieces. Alright, what's the plan? Alright, during my inquiries, a disgruntled merchant informed me that a wholesaler of crystals had recently arrived in Linz Laminza offering wares at prices far undercutting the competition. After asking around, I was able to gain an introduction and will shortly pose as a potential buyer in a bid to establish the crystal's provenance. The man is due to be at Ashen's Embrace in Lower Lenosha shortly. I suggest we make our way there at once. Alright, so the closest crystal is at Morabi Dry Docks. Or Aetherite. Alright, so it's going to be over here. Alright. So, how are we doing this? That appears to be our merchant. Wish me luck. Wait, if he truly is in league with the Bloody Executioners, he will surely be wary of those allied to the Admiral, the Scions not least of all. Compared to yours and the Yame's, mine is an unfamiliar face. Let me play the role of buyer. Oh? Graha's right, and even if you aren't recognized on sight, you look too genteel to be mixing with society's underbelly. Genteel? But very well, I leave it to you, Graha. Alright, give it a shot. Got business with me, Catboy? You're the crystal wholesaler? That I am, but you're no merchant, so what do you want the crystals for? Don't look over here. Don't look at us, you idiot. You give yourself away. Oh, I see. You're a weaponsmith, am I right? And you need crystals to make staves like this fine specimen you've got there. Well, that's fortunate. That's right. I am indeed a weaponsmith, and I use naught but the finest materials. I bid you show me your wares. Well, we don't invite just anybody into our storehouses. Takes time to establish trust, you understand. Look, I have a large and urgent commission. If the quality is satisfactory, I will not quibble over the price. Alright, it's plain that's no ordinary crystal adorning your staff, so I'll make an exception. Come with me. Smooth. It seems to be working. Let's follow them. Either they bought it, or we're being played. Alright, so we need to head further along and find Alphino. Or not being played. We've been made, and they're stringing us along. There he is. They went into that tunnel quietly now. That would be crystals. You won't find any finer, especially not for the price. Indeed, I would expect to pay more than double for such quality. How could they possibly be so cheap? There's nothing unlawful about them, if that's your worry. They're from Ogamoro, if you take my meaning. Ah, the kobolds. Stuff's as pure as it gets. You won't be disappointed. So, how much do you want? Ogamoro, taken from the kobolds, just as we suspected. Yep, we've been made. That's enough. Shut your gobs and turn around slowly. Sickered, I presume? I'm Sickered, an acting captain of the Bloody Executioners. No need to introduce yourselves. We know who you are, scions. We also know you've been chatting to the Admiral. Got eyes and ears everywhere, see? Comes with being the only true pirate crew left in Limsa. So we've established you ain't here to buy crystals. The question is, what are you here for? You are bold to reveal yourself to us without knowing our objective, but that would explain your swift rise to power. You have spoken plain, and so I shall return the favor. We came here to learn why the Bloody Executioners oppose the Admiral's will. And we have our answer. Should Limsa Limensa make peace with the kobolds, you would lose the source of your newfound wealth. That's right. Just to remind you, though, we ain't breaking any rules here. The law forbids us from attacking any vessel not flying the Imperial flag, but don't say nothing about beastmen. Only reason we keep our operation nice and quiet is because we don't want no one taking our business. Wait, just listen to the end, will you? For what it's worth, I have the highest respect for you and yours. Her, especially. While the Maelstroms were worrying about dirtying their fancy red clobber, you lot stormed Ogamoro and battered Bleeding Titan himself. Raised a mug to you when I heard the news. And now we're following your footsteps, making sure the beastmen never summon their stinking gods again. Practically your successors we are. When there were still Imperial ships about, we did our bid for Limsa and went after them, but with the Garleans gone, there's no one left to ply our trade on, except the beastmen, so let us have that, eh? It's only fair. Contentious though some may find your views, it is true you have broken no laws. That being so, I see no reason why you should not state your case directly to the Admiral's face, unless the acting captain of the only true pirate crew left in Limsa Limensa has some other cause to hide in a cave. Well said. Well said indeed. Alright, I'll meet with the Admiral. I'll even provide the venue. The Astalicia. I trust she won't turn down the invitation. Well, there we go. All right. So we'll have to report to the Admiral then. I thought myself the hunter. Turns out I was the prey. A timely reminder that the pirate powers of Limsa Limensa are not to be trifled with. But all's well that ends well. Grahatia's timely provocation had the desired effect, and Sickered has agreed to a meeting. Let's hurry back to Limsa Limensa and pass on his invitation to the Admiral. Looks like Wandering Idiot here is on the same quests we are. Nice name. All right. Limsa's always a lively place. All right, we'll head on up to the Admiral's office. All right, so let's see what the Admiral thinks of all of this. Welcome back, my friends. What news? So they have been stealing crystals from the kobolds. My thanks for solving the mystery and securing a meeting besides. Suffice to say, I accept Sigurd's invitation, and I would have you join me as my guests. The future of Limsa hangs upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the Scions present to bear witness. Oh, we're going straight into it, huh?
Look who's come crawling! Traitor!
You can shove your piece!
Welcome aboard, Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sigurd, acting captain of the bloody executioners, at your service.
Close.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain Hilfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the beastmen. Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
Too bloody right! Pirates till we die!
What we want, we take! Piracy has no place in our future.
What'd she say?
Pirates have no place. Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south until they came to these shores. Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however, they were forced to turn to piracy in order to survive. And survive they did. But not so long ago, when the Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors. This too was in order to survive. And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering. The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Wurlit and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom. When they do, Our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty. But if we cling to the old ways, this great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. Shall we scorn the world's wealth for a plundered pittance then? Or shall we embrace change and thrive, like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a Kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
Rousing words. Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so. Still, we're all Laminsons here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us? Long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That true? If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
A duel. Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Laminsa, I accept your challenge.
A duel it is, then. Nice shot.
This ain't over! Not till one of us is dead! Finish the job! Or I will!
It's the captain!
Captain Elfir!
Ye fool! 'Twas over afore it began.
Captain!
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed. Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew of the good ship Limsa Laminsa. At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay? Then what in the seven hells are you playing at?
It's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
You're bloody idiots is what ye are. Idiots with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything ye want. Be Anything you want! We're pirates, aye. And we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea! And what she brings us. Freedom! So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate! Lad, I made ye me right hand 'cause I saw something in ye. And I still do. You have the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief. Well now, it seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye, wherever ye be headed.
You have my thanks, Hilfir.
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilator. Ender of many a proud pirate's voyage. Mistbeard's vanished into legend, and it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths. Yet be that as it may, the old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow. There'll be stormy seas ahead, no doubt. But I'm trusting ye to steer us through to the other side.
All right, well, that went well, I guess. So, they're on board. Now we just need to get the diplomatic process going, I believe. All right. Though I had anticipated a duel, I did not foresee that Hilfir would intervene. But full glad am I that he did. It would have been a shame to kill the boy. Instead, the whelp has learned a valuable lesson, and we have made peace amongst ourselves. All that remains is to do likewise with our neighbors. Alright, so I guess we'll take some materia there. And grab the next quest. Now, I need hardly tell you, but any attempts to negotiate with the tribes is doomed to fail unless their minds can be first wrested from the grip of their gods. And so, in the meeting we seek to arrange with the kobolds, I would have you free their leader of Titan's influence. Leave it to us, he will open his ears to reason. You have my thanks. Ere we proceed, there is something you should know. Some 50 years past, when the Sahagin swarmed our hulls in ever greater numbers, Limsa entered into a covenant with the kobolds. Oh? To men shall go the bounty of the sea, to kobolds shall go the bounty of the land. An ostensibly equitable arrangement, conspicuously lacking in detail. Aye. Inadvertently or not, the wording was ambiguous, and we took advantage of it, moving in to claim the northern reaches of Lenosha, which the kobolds believe theirs. Bloodshed followed, the bloodshed to answer the bloodshed, and on it went, till every Ilm of Vilbrand bore the stain of our conflict. This is not history, you understand. It is the present, fresh and raw. And with their kindred's blood yet on our hands, we will struggle to regain the kobolds' trust, even should we cure their tempered. Admiral, you speak of obstacles we are like to encounter at the meeting, but as things stand, I see no reason why the kobolds would agree to meeting in the first place. And so we must provide a reason. I will restore their stolen crystal to them, and personally deliver the cargo along with my apologies. Bait. They would welcome us into their midst, not to speak of peace, but to have you at their mercy. Aye, and given the wealth of crystals we will bring, I'll wager they will attempt to summon Titan there and then. Meaning a high priest would need to be present, to whom we could administer the cure. Precisely. He is the fish I would catch, but he will not be alone. Nay, he will have guards on hand, and they will lay down their lives to protect him. Yet a single death on the kobold side would jeopardize our chance at peace, and there my venture founders. Yet it need not. What if we were to employ the Conqueror's Chain? Though we would still have to weaken the kobolds, it would allow us to subdue them without inflicting lasting harm. The artifact Mistbeard used to take goods and not life? Aye, that would serve. That would serve. Well done, Marshal. Because he is Mistbeard. So, friends, what think you of our strategy? The effects of tempering are cumulative, and we may safely assume that the High Priest's exposure to primal influence is extensive. It will therefore take a great deal of ether to reverse its effects, not to mention time. Time during which Alice would be defenseless. Even should we all look to her protection, I am not convinced we could keep an entire army of kobolds at bay. Well, I'm happy to take that risk. It's not as if we have any other choice. Besides, it's what Tesleen would do, and had I not followed her example, we wouldn't even have a cure for tempering, much less a chance to bring peace to Vilbrand. So I'm going to cure that priest or die trying. There's the music. Alright, let's do it. And I believe in you too, you and everyone. I know you'll keep me safe. Absolutely. Alright, it's settled then. See to your preparations and make for Camp Overlook. We will join you there anon. Alright then, we have our plan. Offering ourselves up as bait in order to bring in the fish we want to catch. Alright. But I think we'll go ahead and stop here for today. And, yeah, we'll see how that goes when we come back for next episode. So for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.